Thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Here's what we are working on for you tonight. Heavy storms hit the coastal bend early this morning, leaving downed trees, debris, and rising water behind. We take a look at the aftermath. Several families are displaced after a morning apartment fire on the south side. We tell you how the Red Cross is helping to step in. And stormy weather is putting the effort to remove the mayor on hold. We will tell you when her next hearing will happen. KRIS 6 News starts right now. Well, heavy storms woke up most of the coastal bend early this morning. I know they did in our household. Now, the big question is, are we done with the rain, or is there more on the way? Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber joins me on the desk right now to break it all down for us.
Yeah, Clara, I told everybody to take a nap yesterday. I tried to get that warning out because this is a 1-2 punch. So if the first round of storms didn't wake you up, the second round definitely did. Yeah. And, you know, thankfully, the worst of it is behind us. We may see a little bit more rain, but I do have more in the 7-day forecast kind of at the tail end. Let's talk about what the impact of this rainfall was. Looking at the KRIS 6 Neighborhood Weather Network, we can show you some of the rainfall totals that were just from today. Now, to get you caught up, this is not a representation of how much rain in total fell from the overnight storms in Live Oak counties, because while you're seeing these impressive totals in the George West area of nearly 1 to 2 inches of rain, that's after midnight, and the initial line of the storms from round 1 came through around 11 o'clock, so that's not even the whole picture with that, but just to show you, we had intense rainfall across the coastal bend with this line of storms as it moved through. Closer to Lake Corpus Christi, that's where we're seeing some of those rainfall totals around 3.5 to 4 inches, especially on the southern side of the lake, and moving into Corpus Christi's south side, Flower Bluff and the island. Equally impressive totals all around. We'll talk about what this could mean for our drought update tomorrow and the rest of the 7-day forecast next.
Stephanie, thank you. Several families need a new place to stay after a morning apartment fire on the south side. Crews rushed to the Hampton Port Apartments on Woodridge Road around 7 Wednesday morning. Firefighters contained the flames to the building's attic. They had to battle the fire while also dealing with flooding in the area. The flames damaged about 6 apartments. The Red Cross is now stepping in to help the displaced families. Investigators are still looking to figure out what exactly and how exactly the fire started. High winds from last night's storms ripped trees right out of the ground. The weather left several trees in the Molina neighborhood covered in debris. You can see piles of branches and uprooted trees scattered across the area. And the severe weather may be over, but many neighborhoods are still dealing with the damage left behind.
Rain may be welcome across South Texas, but for some San Patricio County neighbors, it could cause big troubles. I'm Stephanie Molina in St. Paul, where one homeowner says bad drainage is leaving her property flooded.
There's supposed to be a ditch here, but it's covered.
That is the situation St. Paul resident Chrissy Godinez has been dealing with since the rainy weather began last week. She spent many sleepless nights trying to find a solution to a drainage issue she says is to blame.
I was the one out there raking them, like through the rain, through whatever it was, having to clean them to make sure the flow was going. And it shouldn't be me doing that.
I reached out to San Patricio County Commissioner Precinct 3, Ruben Gonzalez. He told me they take all calls seriously. He also explained this is also a TxDOT issue. Godinez just wants a solution.
I'm neighborhood news reporter Jacob Daniels on the south side, and behind me may be an unusual sight with high water and dark clouds.
Heavy rain hammered the south side this morning. Commuters had to navigate standing water across several neighborhoods. Oso Creek tells the full story. It hit moderate flood stage at 20.6 feet and was expected to peak at 24.6, just 0.4 feet shy of major flood stage. But after years of this historic drought, some neighbors say the high water comes with a silver lining.
Actually, I've been happy about it. We've been having storm after storm after storm and kind of been keeping, checking Corpus Christi levels. And it seems like the percentage keeps coming up. So kind of a blessing.
The Oso Creek flooding will recede this weekend. But until then, many residents say they will take all the rain that they can get.
Jacob, thank you. Corpus Christi has been under drought restrictions since June of 2022. Now, right now, we are currently under stage 3 restrictions, which started back in December of 2024. Now, I was interested to see how many fines the city handed out in the past year, so I submitted a public information request. The data shows the city gave out 1,087 fines related to our drought contingency plan between April 1st of 2025 to 2026, peaking in the summer and fall, likely reflecting when stage 3 took effect and the summer heat driving people to water anyways. Now, the top 4 most common fines were prohibited lawn watering under stage 3, water in the gutter, watering between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., and prohibited irrigation under stage 3. The good news, nearly half of these fines have been dismissed in court. And the city of Corpus Christi wants to hear from you about the local water supply. Leaders are hosting a series of community water information sessions. The second meeting will be in District 2. It will happen tomorrow at the Greenwood Senior Center. The city manager and water staff will be there to answer your questions. And Corpus Christi police are investigating a deadly stabbing on Anita Drive. Officers found 1 man dead and 2 others hurt early this morning. Medics took 2 injured men to a local hospital. Investigators say the men are related. They believe an argument led to 1 man to attack the other with a weapon. Now, police call this an isolated incident. Detectives are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 888-TIPS. The effort to remove Mayor Paulette Guajardo is on hold today because of the stormy weather. A special city council meeting was postponed this morning. It was supposed to be a pre-trial hearing about her possible removal. A second hearing is already set for June 2nd. The mayor's attorney expects today's postponed hearing to be combined with next week's meeting. Attorney General Ken Paxton is the Republican nominee for U.S. Senate. He defeated longtime incumbent Senator John Cornyn in Tuesday's primary runoff. President Donald Trump endorsed Paxton a week before the vote. Cornyn received more votes than Paxton in the March primary. Cornyn criticized Paxton for a list of scandals right up until polls closed. But Cornyn says he respects the decision of voters. He plans to support the Republican nominee. Paxton will now face Democrat James Tallarico in the November election. You still have time to register to vote for the November general election. Now that is October 5th, which is the last day to register. Early voting starts October 19th, and the election day will take place November 3rd. Millions of Americans didn't let high gas prices and soaring airfares ruin their Memorial Day travel plans, but analysts say the rest of the summer could tell a different story. Karen Kaifa has a look at what's ahead and anywhere travelers might save.
Despite soaring airfares and gas prices, Memorial Day travel broke records. But the rest of the summer may prove the true test, and demand seems uneven.
Those with a little bit more money, with more means, they are the ones that are traveling the most. And the people that are on the economy side, they are the ones that are pulling back a little bit.
A survey conducted by Deloitte in April found 45% of Americans planned a summer trip with a lodging stay, the lowest level since the pandemic year in 2020. Those choosing not to travel, the survey found, mostly cited financial pressure, but those making a trip plan to spend more. Jet fuel costs have nearly doubled since the start of the Iran war 3 months ago, and as airlines seek to cut their costs, Sarah Kopit, editor-in-chief of travel news site Skift, says passengers pay more.
When that happens, airlines do pare back, and what that means is that there are fewer seats, there's more competition for those seats, which drives prices up.
Amid recent optimism that a deal to end the war could be close, analysts warn getting more normal oil, gas, and jet fuel prices will take time.
You have to move the ships, evacuate the ships that are trapped in the Persian Gulf. You have to restart the facilities that have been shuttered. All that is in the weeks to months timeframe. And then from there, you've got to think about repairing damaged facilities.
One positive sign for drivers, AAA says the nationwide average for a gallon of gas has trended downward over the last week. Still, prices are about 40% higher than 1 year ago. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Drivers here in Corpus Christi are paying less at the pump. The average price for a gallon of gas in the city is $3.86. That is lower than the state average of $3.97. The national average sits at $4.46.
A mobile community pop-up center brought free diapers, toilet paper, and more to Alice. I'm Melissa Trevino, learning how this mobile community pop-up is helping South Texas families get access to everyday essentials at no cost.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Melissa Trevino in Alice, where a mobile community resource center is making a stop, bringing free household items to families who may need extra support. Organizers say the event is aimed at helping ease the financial burden many households are facing. For many South Texas families, making ends meet can feel like a constant balancing act between paying bills, buying groceries, and caring for children. Some say even basic necessities can become hard to afford.
People like this, they helped us to make sure our kids didn't need those things and suffer without them, and it made more less on our shoulders.
Amber Molina and her husband are raising a large family. She says while her husband works in construction to provide for their family, help like this can make a big difference.
My husband's doing his hardest, you know what I mean? This is just extra to make sure that we don't have it on our back, that, you know what I mean, that we're gonna run out.
That's where events like this mobile community resource center step in, providing items like diapers, household supplies, and other essentials to help get people to their next paycheck. According to data from the U.S. Senate, more than 60% of Americans were living paycheck to paycheck in 2025, with rural communities often facing the greatest challenges.
Even if both parents work, I mean, they're not going to be able to make it. With the economy being the way it is, it's very hard. The money that they would have used on this, they get to use it on something else. Let's say a bill.
Rosemary Rodriguez with the Alice Housing Authority says the need for help has only grown.
People right now are needing like childcare, transportation. Some even need like getting their driver's license. You know, it's hard because they don't have the resources and they don't know how to get it.
She tells me in the past 2 years, they've seen more people reaching out for help. And if they can't provide resources directly, they try to connect people to someone who can. Organizers say they hope events like this help families worry less about basic necessities while also connecting them to additional community support services. Reporting in Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, Chris 6 News.
All right, storms aside, we had a great drink of rainfall across the coastal bend. What it could mean for our drought update tomorrow and what the rest of the forecast holds ahead. Hey there, we are looking at a cloudy view over downtown Corpus Christi. We've got the clouds that have had a hard time breaking up this afternoon, but we've had a little more of that daylight, I think we could call it, moving in over the past few hours. Still gloomy though. It's going to take some time for the atmosphere to completely clear up, but the worst of the weather is behind us, and for the most part, the rainfall. We're really not expecting a whole lot here over the next couple of days in terms of things falling from the sky other than those mosquitoes. The state bird is back out and hungry, ready to go. So please make sure you're going around your home, your property, and doing your best to try to dump out anything that might be full of water. I know we still have a lot of ponding around the areas, so that's a tough one. The city will help take care of the rest, we hope, in the next couple of days. But let's get on to the forecast, because this is mosquito-loving weather out here. Humid, warm. That's the trend we'll be on for the next couple of days, increasingly so. And we could use a little bit of a warm up. Most of us here are in the 70s in some shape or form. 79 in Beeville, where we have evidence that the sun still shines here. And we're getting more sunshine in Hebbronville with a temperature 78, 75 degrees in Rockport right now, and 80 the winter in Alice. So a very active evening here. Let's take a closer look at the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network. When I say evening, it's really for those of you who are in Live Oak, Jim Wells, Duval counties. You got that first line of rain first. I should say, you saw round one of the rainfall first, obviously the first round, right? Words are hard after that early morning start. So we saw several inches of rainfall across the coastal bend. But since midnight, it's been around 1 to 2 inches for our friends in Live Oak County, around Choke Canyon and around Lake Corpus Christi. South of Lake Corpus Christi, we picked up quite a bit of rain, nearly 4 inches for a lot of our neighborhood weather network stations out that way. Here in Corpus Christi, Flower Bluff, and out toward the island, that was a little more speckled between 1 to as many as 4 inches of rainfall out our way. But on the whole, once we take that wide view of the coastal bend and our watershed, look at these brilliant colors, anywhere from 2 to possibly even 4 or 5 inches falling near that kind of Three Rivers area moving into Lake Corpus Christi, where all this water focuses into our reservoirs. So if we're going to have a bunch of rain, that's where we want to have it. And within the southern extent of the watershed, which is going to allow, because now our soils are saturated, all of that to move into our reservoirs. So what I'm telling you is that the drought monitor will not account for this. But remember, we had great rain last week, so it should show some very good gains. And either way, we are definitely going to see a continued increase at both reservoirs, Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi, because water is still going to be moving that way over the next couple of days. In fact, we still have some flood alerts for the Oso Creek, as we expect that to kind of crest and kind of come back down here as we wrap up the week. But the rainfall, that's done for a while. No meaningful rainfall expected over the next couple of days. The Texas coast at large will be drying out here as that weather moves away from us. But yes, it does take time for water to move. So that's where we're expecting the Oso Creek to be under a flood warning until Thursday at 11:45 in the morning. That's where things should start kind of moving below flood stage there. And as we head into Thursday, the only way you're going to end up seeing some rainfall is if we get a sea breeze during the afternoon. For the overnight period, things are going to be warm and muggy. Clouds remain in place, but we might even have some fog tomorrow morning if temperatures cool enough. Things are very humid out there, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had some patchy fog for the morning commute. And here's our only chance at rain at Thursday. As we heat up tomorrow afternoon, maybe the sea breeze picking up a quick little shower here or there, but not anything significant. Make no mistake, still plenty of water in the air around us, very humid out there. That is going to keep things warm and muggy, but the rain doesn't look to come back until we wrap up the month and make our way into the month of June.
The American Cancer Society has a new advice for colorectal cancer screenings. Now, the disease is a leading cause of cancer deaths, but early detection can save lives. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains the major changes to these guidelines.
This year alone in the U.S., there are expected to be more than 55,000 deaths from colorectal cancer. Studies show early detection saves lives, but 1 in 3 eligible adults is not getting screened.
Colonoscopy still remains, a test that's where there's no test that's better. But there are folks that are unable or unwilling to undergo a colonoscopy.
That's why the American Cancer Society released these new guidelines aimed at encouraging more people to get tested by expanding colorectal cancer screening options. For those at average risk for the disease, 2 at-home stool-based tests are now being recommended every 3 years. One is a next-generation test sold under the name Cologuard. It tests for DNA mutations looking for hidden blood and certain genes, proteins, or other molecules that may be a sign of cancer in stool samples. The second, called ColoSense, tests for RNA markers, which can detect abnormal growth or cells in the colon and blood not visible to the naked eye. And for the first time, the guidelines now back a blood-based colorectal cancer screening test taken in a doctor's office, although experts say this test is less effective.
The test that one does is really the best test out there for them.
The guidelines also reaffirm that average-risk adults should start colorectal cancer screening at age 45 through age 75 for those with a life expectancy greater than 10 years. And if any stool or blood-based test comes back abnormal, a colonoscopy is then needed within 6 months. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
2 states are investigating FIFA over expensive World Cup tickets. Coming up, we explain why officials say the organization created fake shortages.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Attorney generals in 2 states are taking on FIFA over expensive World Cup tickets. Now, New York and New Jersey issued subpoenas to the organization on Wednesday. They want to know how FIFA set the high costs. Officials say releasing tickets in batches created fake scarcity. Some fans also complained they paid for expensive seats but got cheaper ones. FIFA expects to make $11 billion from the tournament. A Flower Bluff Junior High student has finished his run at the Scripps National Spelling Bee. Corbin Trevino competed in Washington, D.C. He finished tied for 55th place in the national tournament. Congrats, Corbin. So we were talking about this, but
I was going to say, he got a word today that I didn't even know
I've
existed.
never exactly couldn't spell it, just amazed at these kids.
Yeah, no, it's very, very impressive. And then exciting stuff for the World Cup, but I mean,
I know, right? The only way that we can probably go is to cover it.
I think, we should be on special report.
Gotta be there.
Getting laughter in our ears. If you're
Yes.
laughing at home, you're not the only ones. But we do it. We volunteer. Hey, we volunteer for a break from the weather, too. The
Yes.
rainfall, we appreciate it, but boy, are we looking forward to a couple of dry days here across the coastal bend and some good sleep. By the way, your eyes do not deceive you. Hurricane season begins in less than a week. Monday is June 1st, and you don't have to wait until then to get ready for the season. I hope you'll join us on Friday for our hurricane special, Plan, Prepare, Survive. It'll be right here on Chris 6 after Chris 6 News at 6.
All right, very important stuff right there. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. We will see you here in 30 minutes at 6 o'clock. Good night.
Bye.